Hello, my name is creat. I'm in here. I will show you how to produce a contents page. So we're going to start off by looking at two different contents pages. The first thing that I feel that I should add is a contents page is really just a nicety. That means that your kind of supervisor will be able to mark your work easier because they'll be able to find all the relevant sections. So if I just show you these two examples, so this one was a qualitative dissertation, which was IPA and was submitted as part of the top-up award that we do in counselling. So it's exactly the same as the one for psychology, and it got 72%. Now I believe this one was done by hand. It's relatively simple, but it just tells you what all the different chapters are, what page you'll find the different chapters, and then it's got a list of the appendices and in what order the appendices are, and you see that it's broken, the appendices are broken down to just make them easier to find and easier for the marker to understand. Okay, so that was qualitative, and this is a mixed methods with an ANOVA and a thematic analysis. And as you can see, this is very much quite a longer dissertation. And this, I believe, was done using the feature of Word that I will now demonstrate, which is where you get it to put together an auto contents page. So if we go onto Word, excellent. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is just generate some random text for purposes of demonstration. So we'll go for something like that. And what you'll find is that I've now got 135 pages of text, which may be something similar to what you'll have on your dissertation. So the first thing I want to do is put in headings. So let's pretend, for the sake of argument, this bit here is my introduction. So I will put the title Introduction. And then what I will do is I will highlight this, and I will go over to this option here which says Heading 1. Now it will then make it blue. What you'll find as well is you don't have to stay with this. You can change the boldness, change how it looks. So you can make it black if you wanted to instead of blue, and we could take off the bold and change the title, maybe make it a bit bigger or smaller or whatever you want to do. Okay, and let's say go down a bit, and for the sake of argument I'm going to have a subheading. So I'm going to divide up in the same way that this person did with their introduction, and say they had what is UV light exposure, and then they'll have another subsection which is consequences of UV light exposure. So we've got the introduction, so now I want my first subsection. So I'm just going to call it Introduction Part A. Now you might have something completely different, and obviously you're going to have the subsection, so you'll have the first UV light, what is UV light exposure, and we're just going to click on heading 2. Okay, so as before, I can change the colour, I can make it in bold, I can make it bigger if I wanted to, I can do all that, and then I'm going to go down and just randomly go down on the text, and I'm going to now put in the title which says method. Okay, and that will be next heading. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose heading 1, and then I'm going to go down a bit, and I'm going to have maybe a heading which says participants. Participants, and I want this to be a subheading, so I'll choose heading 2. Okay, and I would keep going through the document like so. Now the advantage of that is it makes it easier to navigate the document. So if I go like this and do Control F, I'll be able to jump to all the relevant parts of the document nice and easily. But also, now what I can do is I'll go back up to the top. I do Control F again and go into the headings in the document. So here, and I'm now going to go Reference, Table of Contents, and Automatic. Okay, and what you can see is that you've got a contents page. You can delete the word contents if you don't like it. And you can have introduction, introduction part A, method, participants, and you can keep going on like that. Okay, now the advantage of this is, say if I was doing that by hand, which you're more than welcome to, but say if I go to participants and add in a bit more, and I suddenly find that it's gone on to another page, what I can do is I can go back to my introduction or contents page, and there's an option which says update table. So at the moment it's on 105, and it says you can update the entire table. So if you were changing the headings or whatever, you could do that, or you can update page numbers only. And what you'll find is that participants, which got moved down to 110, has been updated to 110. Okay, so that's how you create an automatic contents page. You'd also probably want to put your contents page on a separate page if you wanted to. The last thing that I should possibly show you how to do is, if you double click, you can change it and edit it accordingly. Okay, so that's how to produce an automatic contents page, and that's similar to what they've done in the dissertations that you can see there. Any questions, please contact c.hicton@newman.ac.uk. Thank you.